Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is a general reading for February 16th, full moon in Leo. You know, I love doing new moon and full moons, and here we go. Well, full moons are all about release, burning away, illumination, coming into a completion, and Leo is all about the heart. So what is happening this Leo full moon? If you want to skip the intro, which I hope that you don't, and go directly to the oracle cards, you're more than welcome to do that. But to get a general idea of what are we dealing here with these energies, it'd be wise for you to stay because we're about to get jump started on it now. So we are resolving things in our life during this time peacefully and stepping into our heart with what Leo's the sun card, the card of happiness, the card of joy, that childlike wonder. And Leo, the lion, is very courageous and fearless. So what is happening is that we're coming into with our true self, empowering, courageous self. Right now, ask yourself, back in August when it was a new moon, up until this point, what have you been facing? Where have you been living life out of being out of sync with the heart? So what are you stepping into? And also, where are you wanting to take action at this time? Because Leo is all about what? It's about action, creativity, pleasure, sex, romance, self-expression, and again, living fearlessly, living with courage. And so it's your core identity, right? That's Leo's core identity. And it's living from the heart simultaneously. So Leo's take life fearlessly. And where are you in your life? It's really windy outside. Taking your life fearlessly. There's a lot of stuff that's flying around outside, which is probably really good because it is about clearing the debris, right? So it's clearing things out. So where are you taking action and turning your wildest dreams into something concrete at this time? What is your next timeline? What needs to be concrete for you? There's resolutions happening to old issues right now. These old issues with people, within yourself, and you're really going within to really look at what can you express, the self-expression of self, so that you can see and can expect these themes of birth during this full moon. Again, it's all about what? Full moons. We do a ritual. Bring out the incense, take that salt bath, and write the list of all the things that you are releasing. Because as you release, what you're doing is that you're simultaneously coming from a place of, okay, what is it that you want to create next? We're going to dive in deep. We're going to dive in right now and pull some oracle cards. So let's get right to it. All right, let's get started with the first oracle. And let's see which card is going to come out. We're just going to see which. Okay, we have a few that flipped over. I'm going to take the one that did come out. Couple of them came out, but we're going to take this one right here. So we do have the card of growth, number 5, and I love this. This is a gorgeous willow tree that looks like the earth. There's been a lot of change and a lot of growth lately, collectively what we have been going through. It's almost like the old earth has been stagnant and clogged, but it's needed for the expansion of the new earth. So what is happening is that, yes, there's been growing pains, because with any change, there's growing pains. And boy, have we all been going through growing pains with what earth we're stepping into, as a collective. And those, I'm sure, that are awake, you recognize the difference between the 3D realm and the 5D realm. So this is what 5D's living from the heart, loving from the heart. So you're expanding, you're growing. Growth is inevitable. You're being asked to change and asked to shift, because 5 is about change. 5 is about shifting and changing. And it is saying it's time to unstuck ourselves. If you've been feeling stuck right now during this full moon, it is asking for us to take action and to get unstuck, because change is a natural part of life and can't be pushed against not changing. So we are changing because we have aim and purpose. It takes courage. As we're in this Leo full moon, it's going to take courage for you to go through these growing pains and to unstuck yourself as you see the attachment to the old earth. So what is happening is that we are unstucking ourselves, unhooking that big grip on the old earth, and we are now rising above. We are growing, we're ascending, we are really understanding where our attachments been. So we are growing out of the attachments is really what I'm getting from that card. That's a beautiful card. The next card that we're going to pull is from the Moonology and from the other Moonology, and we have a personal issue reaches resolution, and it's a full moon in Cancer. So we have another full moon, although it's full moon in Leo, but Cancer's prior to that. So if there's anything that happened in the time with Cancer, so you may really want to look at that. You know, what happened when we had a full moon in Cancer, and I can't remember when the full moon in Cancer is, but a personal resolution reaches growth. So wherever that you've been stagnant, whether this was in regards to relationship or in regards to home, some of you are maybe growing out of your home, growing out of a relationship. There was anything that needed to have resolution. Again, what did we say with the Leo card? And I remember saying that there is now peaceful resolutions that are coming into, and this is just a reminder that we are at a place right now where it's about taking peace, and the peace is what? It's about learning how to grow from a personal attachment to whatever it is that you had been experiencing. So this is beautiful. It's a growth from the old. It's about not being clingy like the crowd. It's also about looking at whether it's a private issue, whether it was a domestic issue, whether whatever it is, it's a great time to move house and to grow, to move out of a situation and to grow. Cancer is about the home. So if there was any difficulty within the home, you are no longer clinging to that and now finding a resolution like, hey, I'm going to be out in a few months, or hey, yeah, I need to find a new place, or, this isn't working between us in the same house. Whatever that is going on, it is coming as saying, don't cling to it, unstuck yourself. New moon in Cancer. Wow, Cancer is showing up. So there's a cycle here. So whatever that is happening, within a new moon and a full moon. So Cancer here, and this could say also going into the month of July, June, July, is just saying to relax and to ease into it. You're relaxing. There's no more struggle. And I had said that earlier, and it had to do with what? It had to do with stepping out of any discomfort within a home. So the divine feminine, so the moon is a divine feminine, but we do have two energies here, right? Which is on relax, and you and your loved ones are being looked after. So this card is saying it's a good omen for family issues, house moves, one more time, house moves, or something that needs to be protected. Again, there is move and there's a growth that is happening here within you and another. So I believe the full moon, because this is a cycle. So the full moon was January 17th, and I believe the new moon that we're having in 2022 is June 29th. So again, I want to reiterate this. What this full moon is bringing is a move, relax. Everything is working itself out. It's time to trust the universe and to recognize that right now you're going through growing pains, but don't have attachments during this full moon. I mean, this is absolutely beautiful reading so far. So let's see from the dreamscape, what is coming out within your dreams. Look at this childhood home. Wow. With this Leo, there is so much that is just talking about a home. I mean, everything's around a home. So if some of you says, remember where you're from and who you really are. Some of you are taking a trip down memory lane. So in this is saying you're just longing for belonging, your true home. This is literal where you're thinking about your earth home, where you grew up in. There's some things that you are resolving within the dream state that had to do with your childhood. And this is about you really looking at What was your childhood like? Again, personal resolution. You are growing out of things. Relax. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, because what this is saying, you're taking action right now and you're processing any unresolved issues that was imprinted during your younger years, during that, with any old belief systems. And it's just any situations in your current life that is coming up right now, old feelings, so you can put that story to bed once and for all. So it's about what you want and leave the rest behind. Taking trip down memory lane at this time, my beauties. It's about really looking at, and you're reconnecting with that childlike innocence, that authentic aspect of yourself. And this is what you're growing. You're growing out of any manipulation of those times, and you're really recognizing how you were raised and where you are. So again, the freedom to live fearlessly as we're moving into this Leo full moon. What you're releasing is any trauma of the past, what you have grown from, and unstucking yourself from the past, from the way that you have been raised, from your home. And for others of you, you could be growing and recognizing, like as for myself as a starseed, remembering home, but also reminding myself that right now home is where I am. Let's see for the soul's journey what is coming up here, what is being released. And look at this change. I mean, seriously, we have, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. This is what is happening right now. Growth, change, resolving any issues, relaxing into it. There's a cycle that's happening, and the change is saying change is inevitable. Change is constant. Okay, and then we're gonna go from change into the Starry New Beginnings. I had a different deck out, but it was too dark and I wanted to switch it up. So I did change the deck to see, to bring it to a close with something else. And it says, you're here for a purpose, learning, realizing what matters to you. Absolutely. And look at the other card that also turned around. And this is so beautiful, which says, you're healing your heart. The heart hurts, but it will mend in time. And Leo, one more time, is all about the heart. So you're to live fearlessly. If there's been any things of the past within family or dynamics where childhood and things are changing right now. You're not the person you used to be. All these things are lessons. You're here for a reason. And the reason is for what? For you to wake up and to come into awareness and consciousness. But what you're also doing is that you're healing your heart. And if there's been any kind of loss right now, we're letting go the loss of the old self as you're stepping into something. You're stepping into yourself. You're letting go, and letting go. So you can come more into your heart. You're releasing. This is a time to release tears. It's a time for you to let them flow. Love is what you feel. Be well. Let the tears flow, and bless your journey along the way. And as we're stepping into this full moon, you also want to understand you're here to learn. You're here to realize what matters to you. And Leo will bring you that. It brings it to your heart. Don't run away from your test. Don't run away from change. Really face them, because it's about your destiny. So what you're doing is that you're skipping with the beat of your own heart in your love. So in your love with your heart, either way, life is about joy. Life is love, and love is all there is. So be love, and love is here for you, and you're just recognizing it. You're here for a purpose. And when you are in your life has a purpose and meaning. You're learning, realizing what matters to you. It's easy to lose focus when there is change, when there's issues, and when there's things that are coming around. But what is it that your heart is asking you right now? Go within your heart and ask yourself where in your life needs change. And if you're dreaming of your childhood home, and for those that are lucid dreaming and going to astral projection of other homes, you're really growing and you're stepping into this shift, into this change. So a beautiful time to just relax into this energy. And here's the front of this card, and it comes here and says, I flow towards my goal. I'm strongly protected as I go. And then let's grab another card and bring this to a close. If you're not a subscriber, tap the button and hit the bell. And we have dark moon. I let go. I release. I am within perfect possibility. Look at that. Absolutely. And yes, you are. If you want to take a snapshot of that, please go right ahead. Let go, release, and relax. Sending you so much love, so much light. Until next time, happy full moon. Namaste.